Welcome everyone to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a really fascinating, completely data-backed roadmap that looks ahead to the future of artificial intelligence. We're moving past the daily hype and headlines to uncover the real, actual trends that are going to define exactly how we work, live, and build by the year 2026. So if you want to know where AI is genuinely heading and what you need to do right now to prepare for it, well, you're absolutely in the right place.
All right, let's just jump right into the agenda. We are going to cover 6 massive shifts today. First, the end of the model wars. Second, why workflows are beating autonomous agents. Third, erasing the technical divide. Fourth, why context is the new prompt. Fifth, how chatbot ads are democratizing AI. And finally, physical AI and future skills.
But before we dive into the hard data, I really want to pose a question to you. Are we focusing on the wrong AI? You know, for the past few years, every single time a new model drops, the entire internet argues over who has the smartest AI. But what if that debate is just entirely missing the point? What if the absolute smartest AI is no longer the thing that actually gives you or a company the winning edge?
Okay, trend number 1, the end of model wars. Why integration beats raw power.
It's so easy to assume that we need to constantly chase the absolute most intelligent AI model on the market, right? But research from Stanford actually confirms that the performance gap between major AI models just keeps shrinking. When you compare closed models, think ChatGPT or Gemini, against open-weight alternatives that are totally free to run, the trend is undeniable. Those free options are rapidly approaching frontier performance. No single model has a clear, unassailable lead anymore. AI intelligence is, for all intents and purposes, becoming a commodity.
And honestly, performance is only half the story. Think about this staggering figure. According to data from Epoch AI, NVIDIA's latest chips use 105,000 times less energy per token than they did a decade ago. 105,000 times. Hardware is getting exponentially more efficient, which means running these powerful models is becoming drastically cheaper. When something gets this cheap and this similar in quality across the board, you kind of stop asking who makes the best one, and you start asking what can I build with it? It's exactly like electricity. You don't ask who provides the best electricity. You just ask what you can plug into the wall.
So what does this all mean? It means the real competition has completely shifted away from the raw power of the AI model and moved to the application layer. Just look at the major players. OpenAI, they're winning on mindshare because their name is practically synonymous with AI. Google relies on a massive distribution advantage. Gemini is just seamlessly embedded right into Workspace and Android. And Anthropic holds a specialization advantage with really loyal developers and enterprise clients. Notice how none of them are winning purely because they have the best AI. They're winning on integration and trust. The practical takeaway here for you? Stop obsessing over technical benchmark scores and focus entirely on how these tools fit into your actual daily workflow.
Moving on to trend number 2, workflows over autonomous agents. Human in the loop unlocks value.
Right now, there is just a massive amount of industry hype about fully autonomous AI agents that supposedly just go off and do your job for you. But Andre Karpathy, who is a highly respected voice in the AI space, he points out that calling everything an agent just creates confusion and unrealistic expectations. True, fully autonomous AI still faces massive hurdles, especially when it comes to data security. Organizations are really struggling to scale true agents safely. So because of those hurdles, we're likely looking at the decade of agents, not the year of agents.
So while true, hands-off autonomy might be a decade away, the real money, and we're talking nearly $3 trillion in economic value predicted by McKinsey, is being unlocked right now through AI workflows. These are structured, repeatable processes where a human actually stays in the loop. Take a look at these real-world wins. A pharma company redesigned their clinical study workflow, kept humans in for validation, and saw 60% less prep time and 50% fewer errors. A utility company let AI handle routine call center inquiries, which cut their cost per call in half while boosting customer satisfaction. A bank used AI to scan legacy code for human developers to then verify, literally cutting required human hours by 50%. The market is voted, and it's heavily voting for reliable, repeatable workflows over unpredictable autonomy. Your goal shouldn't be totally hands-off AI. Your goal should be turning your prompts into structured steps, keeping yourself as the final judge.
All right, trend number 3, erasing the technical divide. AI as the great equalizer.
The numbers backing this up are absolutely wild. Over just a 6-month period, we've seen a 36% growth in coding-related tasks being performed by entirely non-technical employees. Enterprise reports are showing that 75% of users are leveraging AI to complete tasks they literally could not do before. We aren't just talking about working a bit faster here. We're talking about salespeople, marketers, and operations managers writing scripts, automating huge spreadsheets, and building custom tools entirely on their own. An MIT study even confirmed that AI acts as a great equalizer, disproportionately helping workers with lower technical skills rapidly close the performance gap. Honestly, if your only value at work was being the technical execution person, your advantage is shrinking fast. But if you're a strategist who used to have to wait around for technical help, this is the biggest opportunity of your career.
So, I've got a bit of practical homework for you this month. Step 1. Identify a technical project you usually outsource to someone else. Maybe it's building a data dashboard or cleaning up a really messy dataset. Step 2. Attempt to do the whole thing yourself using a tool like ChatGPT or Gemini. And Step 3. Prepare to be completely surprised by what you can now execute entirely on your own. The technical barrier is basically gone.
Which brings us to trend number 4. Context is the new prompt. The danger of platform lock-in.
We are officially moving past the days of obsessing over how to write the absolute perfect prompt. Modern models are incredible at understanding even the most vague instructions now. But they still suffer from one massive weakness, which we call the fat gap. This is the disconnect between an AI knowing literally everything on the public internet, but knowing absolutely nothing about your Q3 goals, your brand guidelines, or that super important email you got yesterday. It's like having a brilliant intern who isn't allowed to look at any of the company files. They're going to fail simply because they lack context. So the focus has entirely shifted away from how we ask a question to what context we feed the AI before we even ask it.
Because context is king now, we all kind of have to face a harsh reality. File management is no longer optional. If your files are scattered across random, unnamed folders in Google Drive and Notion and your desktop, the AI just cannot help you synthesize them. You desperately need to audit and consolidate exactly where your information lives. But a quick word of warning here. As you build up this rich context in one ecosystem, you are seriously risking platform lock-in. Because think about it, the more your AI knows about you, the smarter it gets, and the much harder it becomes for you to ever pack up and switch to a competitor. Ultimately, whoever holds your context holds your attention.
Trend number 5. Chatbot ads democratize AI. The necessary evil of advertising.
Now, the inevitable arrival of ads and chatbots is definitely a controversial topic. But rather than getting upset, let's look impartially at what happens if they don't arrive. Without ads, we face a reality of expensive subscriptions only. That creates an extreme wealth gap, where only the people who can afford high monthly fees get access to frontier intelligence, and they use those tools to get further ahead, leaving everybody else behind. On the flip side, an ad-supported tier acts much like YouTube. It creates universal global access. Ad revenue is the necessary mechanism that allows these companies to offer their absolute best, top-tier models to students in developing countries, nonprofits, and casual users worldwide.
And hey, if you're worried about the AI secretly manipulating its answers just to sell you stuff, industry analysts like Eric Seufert predict a very different implementation. Ads will most likely function as separate display banners sitting off to the side of your conversation, kind of like traditional websites. This ensures that the actual text recommendations remain unbiased. And that is absolutely critical, because if the AI started recommending products directly inside its answers, users would immediately lose trust in the platform and leave.
Finally, trend number 6, physical AI and future skills. Software in the physical world.
Up until this point, we've basically just talked about AI as software on a screen. But this next major shift is already happening at a staggering scale out in the physical world. Just look at the facts. Waymo has logged over 100 million fully autonomous miles, and they're doing it with 96% fewer crashes than human drivers. Amazon's AI-enabled warehouse robots have cut their order-to-shipping time by an incredible 78%. And looking globally, China deployed more industrial robots in 2023 than the rest of the entire world combined. But let's temper our sci-fi expectations for just a second. MIT robotics professor Rodney Brooks notes that true, functional humanoid robots walking around our living rooms doing laundry are still at least 15 years away. So, what's the real shift happening today?
The real shift happening today comes down to this brilliant concept from analyst Mary Meeker. Capital assets are turning into software endpoints. Historically, a tractor or a warehouse robot or a car, it was a depreciating asset. It lost value the exact second you bought it. But now, these physical machines are becoming platforms. A self-driving car today actually becomes safer and smarter over time through over-the-air software updates, exactly like your smartphone does. The physical vehicle itself hasn't changed a bit, but its intelligence has upgraded. And this suggests that while white-collar work is seeing all the disruption right now, blue-collar physical work will see profound, massive disruption over a much longer time horizon.
Which really brings us to the most important takeaway for all of us trying to navigate this stuff. Wharton Professor Ethan Mollick perfectly describes our current moment. He says we are at the jagged frontier of AI. Expertise is being reset because things are so messy and undefined right now, nobody has it all figured out. There are literally no absolute experts who know exactly how this will end. The playing field has been completely 100% leveled.
And that brings us to a final thought to wrap up the explainer today. Since there are no true experts yet and the technical divide has totally fallen away, the only question that actually matters is this. Will you learn faster than the person sitting next to you? You don't need a perfect plan, you just need to dive in, start experimenting with the workflows, and give the AI the context it needs to help you. Stop waiting for the dust to settle because the people who start building today are the ones who are going to define 2026. Keep experimenting, and we'll see you next time.